If you've gone to Jabin's shop in Singapore recently and couldn't try the Noble Falcon Pro earbuds, I'm sorry. It's because they're with me. Hey guys, we have the Noble Falcon Pro with us today, and I do have to thank Jabin Singapore for lending me the demo set that would actually be in their store right now, if not for me, to let customers try. But yeah, because this is a demo set, I have no idea what the packaging looks like. I have no idea about the other accessories included in the packaging. So all I got was the case, the earbuds, and I would assume the M-size tips. So yeah. Before we get into the review, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Anyway, let's go into design. The case itself is definitely on the bulky side. It's squarish and quite tall, so if you're putting these into a jeans pocket, it's definitely going to bulge out. The shiny surface of the lid is nice though, and even though this is a demo unit, there's still quite a bit of tension in the hinge when the lid is fully opened, so the lid doesn't feel too wobbly. There's a USB-C port on the rear for charging, but Noble has included wireless charging in the case, which is nice. You get 4 LEDs on the front too, which indicate battery charge status, but somehow only when you're charging. It would be nice if it lit up whenever you opened or closed the lid too. Anyway, inside you get the earbuds and a reset button in the same shade of blue as the earbuds faceplate. The earbuds themselves look really nice. I love the metallic looking matte faceplates, especially because they don't show fingerprints. I have no idea how easy the pairing is because, these aren't new out of the box, but if you just long press and hold both sides for around 4 seconds, they go into pairing mode, so it's super simple. The earbuds stick out of my ears a lot though, because the nozzle is actually slightly longer than normal, so people with smaller ears might be a bit hesitant to actually purchase these, but you do have to keep in mind that it's because there are actually 3 drivers in the earbuds, 2 Knowles balanced armature drivers as well as a dynamic driver. I'm no stranger to earphones sticking out of my ears, because I have my 10 driver custom IEMs from Noble themselves, which also do stick out, but not really to the extent that these do. Anyway, they still sit rather snugly in the ear with a very ergonomical shape, so even if you're kind of shaking your head around with the earbuds in, they do stay put, so that's good. Additionally, the seal actually offers excellent passive noise isolation. With these in and music playing, I could barely even hear, my mechanical keyboard that was maybe like 15 to 20 cm in front of me, so really good. Okay, let's get into features. There's not a lot to talk about in this category actually. There's no ANC here, even though there is a hear through feature. The hear through feature was a bit odd though. Whenever I activated it, whether it's through the app or through the earbuds themselves, there was a loud pop on both sides before the hear through actually kicked in. So I'm not sure if it's something to do with just this unit or if it's the case across all the units. It shouldn't be the case because I haven't really seen anybody complaining about it, so I think it's an isolated issue to this unit. You do get touch controls, although I did find them a bit finicky. On the left, a single tap controls play pause, and double and triple taps seem to do different things depending on if you have music turned on or not. With music on, double tap lowers music volume while triple tap raises the volume. Without music, double tap toggles between normal mode and hear through, while triple tap seems to do nothing. It was a bit funky and it did take me a bit of time to kind of familiarize myself with the controls because they actually aren't indicated in the app, at least not that I could find. The volume up and down controls weren't fantastic either. Sometimes the earbuds, registered it as a play pause command, or it just simply refused to respond. I did notice that I did have to tap a little bit harder to kind of get it to respond to the tap, so yeah, that's that. On the right, a single tap controls play pause and double tap skips to the next track, while triple tap goes to the previous track or back to the start of the current track. For this side, it doesn't matter whether there's music playing or not, the double and triple taps still handle track skipping. So now, we come to the app, and my god, oh was it a pain to set up. I connected the earbuds to my phone, downloaded the app, installed the app, got it all set up, went into the app, and then the earbuds would disconnect from my phone. I would go into the Bluetooth settings to try and get the earbuds to connect to my phone again, but they would just refuse. They would just say, failed to connect. And then there was an occasion where it just kept connecting and disconnecting, and I was just like, what's going on? The app itself is pretty simplistic, with a general settings for display language. Key configurations let you customize the triple tap control for left earbud and both double and triple tap for the right earbud. And there's a 10-band EQ feature as well, which is definitely a bit more in-depth than most other EQs out there. You get 3 slots to save your custom presets, but I found the bass sound more than good enough, and we'll talk about that later. You get Bluetooth 5.2, which is nice. There's also support for SBC, AAC, and aptX adaptive, although the Z Fold 3 that I have defaults to aptX for some reason. But I connected these with another phone, and yeah, you get aptX adaptive, so no worries there. The earbuds are using a master-slave configuration, but you can swap around the master depending on battery, it automatically swaps based on battery, so it doesn't really matter because you can use either earbud independently with the other in the case and the case lid closed. Battery life is surprisingly good. Noble claims 5.5 hours at max volume, and I'm actually honestly quite unsure as to who would actually play these earbuds at max volume because they get really loud. And even 20% volume on the Z Fold 3 was more than enough for me. So I read that you get around 10 hours at 70% volume or so. So I'm not quite sure where the figures are coming from or if there's just something funky with the Z Fold 3. But yeah, so I did my own test. I played music on end with the earbuds at 20% volume, and it came out at around 8 hours and 10 minutes for me, which is pretty good. There's no ANC here, but between the really good passive noise isolation and how loud the earbuds actually get, I would say there's really no need for ANC at all. There's IPX5 water resistance in these, which means that you could technically, introduce sweat and rain into the mix, although I wouldn't really bring them out for exercising because they are a bit bulky. Microphone quality is okay. People on the other end could hear me just fine, but I would say that it's probably not gonna be your first choice if you have a lot of voice calls. It definitely is my first choice when it comes to sound quality though, because damn, these sound good. The bass is emphasized and has plenty of power. There's definitely a good amount of reverb and rumble when called for, and really nice texture. I usually don't go for a lot of bass in my earphones or earbuds, but these sound really good. Overall though, it's a V-shaped tuning, so you do get recessed mids, and male vocals do feel a bit further back, which is the one area that I would have preferred to be a bit more forward. That being said, this is tunable through the EQ, so it's not a big deal. Detail and clarity though is excellent. Listening to songs with vocal layering is a really pleasant experience with plenty of instrument separation as well. The mids definitely have a more resolving and transparent nature, which is nice. Treble is where it comes alive though, and the extension in this range along with the ability to pull out micro details is top-notch. Higher pitched vocals here are absolutely beautiful. There's plenty of clarity and crispness here, but I do think that it can get a bit sharp or even a bit sibilant with certain recordings. Again, you could tweak these in the EQ settings to fit your preferences, but I absolutely love the treble here. Soundstage is very, very good for something that's a true wireless earbud. Wide and deep with excellent staging and plenty of air and space. As for price, these aren't the cheapest. They come in at around $329 US or 466 Singapore dollars. So, the big question. Are these better than the Bowers Wilkins PI7 that I thought were really good? Technically, they are pretty much neck and neck. I felt that the male vocals on the PI7 was also a bit laid back, but for me, the Falcon Pro just have a little bit more musicality, and I just really enjoyed the tuning on these earbuds more. Throw in the fantastic battery life as well as a slightly lower price tag than the PI7, and I think we might have a new contender for the best sounding earbuds of 2021. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Noble Falcon Pro earbuds. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to us. Till our next one, see you guys!